Hey, Facebook, I want to say welcome to Very Bold Radio and Podcast. I am Steve Teel, of course, and I have got a great guest today. You're just going to love Ayiesha Woods. Hey, she's been Grammy nominated. How cool is that? Okay, all right. We're going to talk to her in just a second. She really is here. Just real quick, Ayiesha, before I play a clip, say hi so they know I'm not just making this up.
Hello, family. It is me.
All right, we're really going to have a great time talking to Ayiesha, and man, I just can't wait to hear what God has been up to and is doing in her life with her music and her family and whatever God wants to share with us today. But I want to show just a real quick 30-second clip of her new single, Family.
Are on the way worldwide. Families everywhere are finding ways to cope.
Just what I hoped it would be, but better. Nothing like when families together, built to last through any kind of weather. So glad to know we've got each other.
All right, man, that is Family and Ayiesha Woods.
That's
now,
Family.
yes. All right, now, Ayiesha, we're going to start the radio show. So Facebook, just stand by with us. I just wanted to share that bonus with you just to know, man, God is creating some great music through Ayiesha Woods. So, Mark, if you want to cue that. So it's going to sound a little bit redundant to you, Ayiesha, and to Facebook, but I think we'll figure it out.
Oh, that's all good.
Steve Teel, Very Bold Radio and Podcast, and we are joined by Ayiesha Woods. Man, what does it feel like to have been Grammy nominated? That's crazy. Welcome, Ayiesha, to Very Bold Radio and Podcast. What's that like? You've been Grammy nominated. Come on. Man, I get nominated for a Big Mac. That's what. Go get a Big Mac, pal. Talk to me about that. I mean, that's a big honor.
It is a very big honor, and I think it has taken several years to kind of wrap my mind around the kind of honor that it really is.
Okay.
I remember we had just started touring, and with my very first project on Goatee Records.
Yeah.
And we were off for a few days, and we were in Nashville, and staying at my then manager's house.
Yeah.
And he hollers out like first thing in the morning, Aish, I'm knocked out. You know, it's early. I get a chance to sleep in, and he's hollering. I thought the house was on fire or something.
Right.
He's like, "You've been nominated for a Grammy." I was like, "What?" It was a surreal moment, you know. And got a chance to go out there, and I could have one guest. So they sent 2 tickets, and I had my mother with me.
Whoa!
And we went, and it was just really, really cool to see, you know, so many different artists and celebrities, and it was just super, super neat.
Yeah.
But I've got that the medal. They sent me a medal. And
they sent you a medal. That's cool. I didn't even know
did.
that.
So it just kind of hangs in my office.
Yeah.
At this point, that's pretty cool. It's just, you know, kind of like how a hunter would hang his catch.
Right. I love that.
So,
Man.
yeah, but it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's a little bit more than pretty cool for a lot of us. Maybe for you, you're like, that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen.
No, not by a long shot. I would not have ever imagined it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Well, I imagine, I mean, I hear of artists like when the Grammy nominees come out, like they're waiting to hear, they're right there. But it sounds like you weren't necessarily thinking, oh, tomorrow morning they're going to announce that. And I wonder if
No.
yeah. Wow.
Not at all. So
Okay.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, catch us up a little bit because you were with Goatee Records and Toby Mac's label and all that. You were, I assume, going around the world. I know you're going around America, but probably going around the world, singing songs and blessing people. I know, I can't imagine. I don't know the challenges and the victories of something like that. But you did that for how long?
I signed with Goatee Records way back in, goodness, late. I'm telling my age now. Late 2004.
Okay.
And we worked on my first project for a while. Put it out in 2006.
Yeah.
And I was on Goatee Records until 2010.
Yeah.
And that was when I got married. And so I kind of stepped away a bit and started a family.
Yeah.
And in 2012, we had our first.
Right.
Our first son, and
what's his name?
and then
If you don't mind,
his name is Joseph.
Joseph.
He's Joseph the second. My husband is Joseph Senior, so
okay.
We call him JJ for short.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we had JJ in 2012, and then recorded our first independent record after coming off of Goatee.
Yeah.
In 2014.
Okay.
And we never stopped writing. My husband writes as well.
Oh, okay.
And he's very instrumental.
Okay.
He writes, he sings, he plays drums. He's kind of all around.
Man, that's impressive.
Yeah. I lucked out. So.
I bet he lucked out a little bit more. I know how this goes.
But we've never stopped writing.
Okay.
And we just continued to record and produce music under an independent label that we established.
Yeah.
Back then, and it's been that way ever since. So we've seen God just do some really neat things.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are the advantages for you and your family situation to being independent? I mean, you've got 3 boys, 8, 6, and 3. You told me, and you've got this 4th one on the way any minute, possibly.
Right. Yeah, so if I have to cut it short, you know why.
You can't use that excuse. Yeah, you can't use that excuse if you're like, I'm tired of talking to this guy. You can't use that excuse like, oh, I think my water broke. You can't, come on, Ayiesha. You got to be real with me.
I wouldn't do that to you.
I would love, man, that would be great radio if you're like, Steve, I'm sorry, I got to go. So that would be incredible. But what
we might have a Braxton Hicks contraction here or there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go ahead and let us know, man. Let us know. That's that's great. Well, what have been the advantages for you of being independent?
For me, probably the major advantage is the freedom to kind of do it as God gives us.
Yeah.
And not have to necessarily be subject to tight time restraints and,
Yeah.
but just flow and the freedom to be creative as we would like to be.
Yeah.
And there's just that certain freedom.
Yeah.
And being on a label, that there's a certain amount of freedom, but at the end of the day, you will ultimately hear, okay, this we can use, this we can't.
Yeah.
So there's that creative freedom that I think is probably the major advantage of being independent.
Yeah, because I think of an artist, and I think of a creative. So then when you write a song, I mean, it's this is poor timing to use this as an illustration, but I mean, it feels a little bit like a baby, a little bit.
Sure.
I mean, it's your creation, it's your art, and then you're taking it to the label or producer or whatever, and they're like saying, "Oh, we don't think that baby's very pretty." I mean,
it's pretty to mama.
Exactly. And if you
Right.
feel like God has, really given that to you as a gift to share with other people, and the label or whatever says, "No, we don't think so," that has got to be
Right.
very frustrating as an artist, and not just
sure.
an artist, but someone who's really trying to follow what God has called them to do, is what I'm guessing. Is that
Exactly.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, talk to us about the new single that you have released, and talk to us about this EP that is scheduled to come out in September, and you're going to have a date real soon. Tell us about Family and where this came from.
Wow. Well, Family, a lot of people think that Family came during this whole global pandemic.
Yeah.
And in fact, I wrote Family back in 2017 when Hurricane Irma came through the Caribbean and the southeast region of our nation.
Yeah.
And it just ripped things apart.
Dang.
And we were on stay-at-home orders.
Wow.
Of a sort, yeah, because there was debris in the streets, and power lines down, and so they were encouraging people to stay at home. We were out of power for just about a week.
Wow.
And
that's a long time.
And it was hot for one.
Oh, man. Is this in Florida or where we all living?
Yeah, this is right in Florida, Central Florida.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hot and humid. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. So we were hunkered down, and just around that time, communities were really pulling together and seeing how they can help and just do things for one another. And we were spending a lot of time at the house and in one another's space, if you will.
Yeah.
And but it was great. We started writing Family during that week. And
wow.
It was some music that my husband had for years and years ago, and I was listening to some of his stuff, and the words just started coming, and I wrote it. And then when we went into shutdown mode for this year, the song just came back because we were working on the EP, and recording songs. And just before they told us we have to stay at home,
Yeah.
we revisited family.
Wow.
And
Gosh, that's
and,
so cool.
And finished it out. Yep. And went in to the studio and got with the producer and recorded it, and here it is. So it's
That's
a
cool.
little song that came out of 2 seasons of quarantine.
Right? Right.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool how God started something back then, knowing that he was
Yes.
going to bring it to life, during this time, a few years later. I think that's so cool.
Right. Yeah, it's really neat.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
I love that. With your husband being named Joseph and your oldest son being JJ, Joseph Jr., I do just think about in God's word, and there's several great Josephs in the Bible, of course, but it's hard not to think about Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I mean, thinking about that dreamer and thinking about how God keeps weaving in, when something's
Yes.
going bad, but he's bringing up something good, and then it's going bad
Indeed.
again, but he's bringing up something good. And so I think that's really cool that it seems like that's what God did through that time, kind of prepared you and started writing this song that would be used to bless people today. I think that's pretty cool.
It's awesome. He has his way of orchestrating things. And just like you said, sometimes we don't, I'll say most times,
Yeah.
we don't see what it is that he's doing. But, I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
If he showed us everything,
Right?
we would have no reason to exercise our faith,
Oh, tell me about that a little bit more. I think I need to hear that a little bit more.
I think if we did see
Yeah.
a lot of what we would go through, we'd probably say, okay, no thank you,
Right?
Lord.
Right.
But in it all, we just have to remember that he promised us in his word that it's all working together for our good if we love him and we know that we're the called according to his purpose. And so it's a faith walk every single step of the way, and every day, it's a leap of faith, and we just have to trust him. And he just unfolds his plan every time, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But
When you yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm going to put you on the spot and just say, when you look back at your own life, whether it was being young or whether it was a year ago or whatever, what is an example that maybe God brings to your mind of a time where, man, that was really tough, but looking back, you see how God brought you through and was doing something good or better or using it for his glory? That's not very fair to ask a woman who's about to have a baby in a couple of days. So if you don't have an answer, that's okay. We can move on to something else. But
no, I'll tell you. My husband is from Florida.
Okay.
And born and raised.
Okay.
And when we got married, we lived in Texas.
Hey.
Near near my family, and I love Texas, by the way.
Oh, hey, good.
But in 2013, after I had come off the label, I wasn't touring, and I wasn't very busy, so my husband decided we needed to come back to Florida because work for him was better here.
Okay.
And I tell you, I fought tooth and nail, and I remember years ago saying I would never live in Sanford, Florida. And one thing you don't do is say never.
That's hilarious.
But I couldn't see myself living in Central Florida,
Yeah.
And but we came back, and
Did you fight that for a little while then?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. But God knew that it was the absolute best thing for our marriage. It was the best thing for our family. It was the best thing for the ministry that He's invested in us. And just all around, like looking back now, I love living in Central Florida.
Right.
Yeah. And I've just seen how God has used the move and everything about it to grow us as a unit and really mature us in the things of God. And so, like I said, had he shown us a long time ago some of the things that we would have to go through, I probably would have just been like, no, thank you, Lord, I'm good.
Right, right, yeah, absolutely.
But it all has been working for our good, and ultimately, God has gotten the glory, and it's been the best thing for us.
Man, that is exciting to hear. That is really good to hear. Well, it's funny because it reminds me of my wife. She never imagined moving to Texas. Now, we've been here 25 years, but she says the same thing, I love Texas now, but she never imagined those many years ago that was going to be a part of God's plan. But it's been great, and we love it. So, yeah, that resonates with me for sure. So, well, tell me some about Full Circle and this EP. Is it almost completed, even though it's not coming out for a couple of months? What are you finishing up on it? What are you excited about this project? That's a loaded question. That's a lot of questions. I just asked 12 questions of a woman who's about to have a baby. Come on, give her a break, Steve.
Oh, it's all good. I'm excited about Full Circle. For one, we call it Full Circle because many years ago, prior to me signing with Goatee, I recorded an independent project. And it was about, I want to say, a year after I met my husband, and he helped me to get the project recorded and produced and released, and it was right here in Central Florida. That we recorded it.
Oh, wow!
And so this time around, we're actually even using some of the same producers.
Wow!
That we used way back then, and it's almost like God has just brought this thing around again, and
dang,
it's really, really neat. So we just called it Full Circle because it's an independent project that we're very, very excited about. It's an EP, so it only has 6 songs on it.
Yeah.
But those 6 songs are, man, just some really, really good stuff. Man. And we've got some pop.
Yeah.
We've got some worship style music. No reggae this time.
Okay.
And to top it off, the last song actually on the project is Family, which is the first one that was released
Right.
as a single.
Yeah.
But it just sums it up. It sums up the whole project and pretty much what it is that God is just making alive to us, and the importance of family, and particularly in these times.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
just for us, it's like there's no greater representation of His kingdom. And
Oh, that's good.
and so we're excited about the EP. We've got a really cool feature on this project, and we're kind of keeping it a secret.
Oh.
And and then let's see, we're supposed to go to mastering on it in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
We've gotten the final mix on several of the songs.
Okay.
And actually, I got to touch base with the producer today because he was supposed to get me something yesterday.
I gotcha. I know how that works.
And so, but every song is finished.
Wow.
My husband was like, I got to make sure that you get your vocals in before this baby comes. So we managed to record all of the vocals and finish that up in June.
Okay. Wow.
And we're just about done. Got the artwork and everything that was finalized earlier this week. So
how do you feel about the artwork? This is just another part of your team that is working on that, and then come back with a couple of concepts, or how?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm pleased with it. I wanted to keep it simple.
Okay. Yeah.
And for me, I'm a minimalist. Less is more.
Yeah.
And so we definitely kept it very simple.
Okay.
But I'm pleased with it, and we'll probably start sharing it maybe next month.
Okay.
Well, technically next month is next week, huh?
I guess so. Now that you say that, that's crazy. Yeah. God. Corona calendar's all weird, you know?
Yep, it is. So, yeah, we'll probably start sharing some things from the project next month, and maybe some song clips, and
Okay.
So we're just about there.
Yeah, man, you've got a lot going on, Ayiesha.
Yes, we do.
Mercy. I don't know how you finished this EP with your fourth baby boy coming Monday, if not sooner. That is
right.
Man, I don't know how you're doing it. How are you doing it?
Grace,
yeah.
Grace, and more grace. I think we'll probably look back at this year, New Year's Eve, and just be like, a sigh of relief.
Right.
And, it's just been a roller coaster all around, but God has remained faithful, and gosh, we can't complain. We have so much to be grateful and thankful for, and I just remember the word: He that began a good work in you is faithful to complete it, even to the day of Christ.
Come on.
So it's we're all a work in progress, and I think we'll continue to be a work in progress until Jesus comes to take us home. So
yeah, man,
it's good stuff, though.
That is good stuff. All right, I'll wrap up and let you go just a second here. I saw that your eldest son Joseph, or JJ, also contributed to that song "Family." What does that mean? What did he
well,
do?
we were all in the studio,
Yeah.
and they were just in an adjacent room while we were trying to wrap up the chorus, and we were with the producer, and we're singing the chorus, and like, with love, peace, and harmony. What do we say after here? Love, peace, and harmony. And then we're going over it. Then he pops his big head in around the corner. He's like, everybody sing with me.
No.
We're like, that's it.
No.
That's it, right there. He did.
That's so cool.
It was just like that.
No.
And we were like, that's it.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
we kept it, and
Wow.
he did it.
Wow, that's so cool. So, I mean, this...
I think I need to sign him up and
I know, right?
get him registered as a songwriter.
Oh.
Let him get some royalties.
Exactly. Oh, my gosh. So you got some more musicians in the family, it sounds like.
Oh yes.
Okay.
They all are very very much musically inclined.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness. Okay. So you got your 8, 6, and 3-year-old, and they're all musically inclined.
Yes. Oh, we're gonna put them to work too. Trust me.
That's great. I love it. I love it. Well, Ayiesha, thank you so much for just a couple days before number 4 is on the way. Is it a secret what your fourth boy's going to be called? Is that a secret? Are y'all?
It's not a secret.
Okay.
We've got Joseph, and then
Right.
we've got Benjamin.
Oh man, I love it. Okay.
Yeah, we've got Asher. Another
Asher,
tribe.
Happy. Oh my gosh, yeah.
And this little guy, his name is Gade, like Wade.
Yeah.
And I mean, in a traditional sense,
Yeah.
it would be Gad, but long A.
Dang.
Long A. We're going to give
Okay.
him the long A, so he's going to be Gade.
Now, how cool is that you're naming these boys after the tribes? What?
Yes.
That is so cool. I mean, I know Joseph was kind of a natural sort of thing, but then with Benjamin, did you and your husband make that call, or that's really cool?
Yes. Yeah, we did, because Joseph loved Benjamin in the Bible. And,
Yeah. Oh, come
so
on. That's cool.
it was just kind of a natural fit.
Yeah.
And then when we had boy number 3,
Yeah.
it was like, we were thinking we were going to have a girl. But,
Yeah.
so we said, well, we may as well keep with the flow of things, and let's find one of the boys that had good things to say about in the Bible. So that's why we chose Asher.
Oh,
And
man.
yep. Well, we're done now.
You sure? Because you got at least 8 more names if you want to go. At least
No.
you throw a Manasseh and
We're
Ephraim. You got even more. Okay. All right. We're done. We're done.
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
ready
we've got
for
4 of a tribe.
Yeah. And you're ready for Gade to be in this world. It sounds like you're ready.
Beyond ready. it's a different story being pregnant in your 40s. And so,
Oh man.
yeah, we're done.
Awesome. Well,
Oh man.
Ayiesha, thank you so much for coming on and just talking with us about Full Circle. I'm really excited for the entire EP. The music family, the song is just great. I love the video too. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and man, I love the reviews you're getting on it from people too. Just the song is just right, just for this time, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I can't wait to see and hear what those other 5 songs are. So man, we're ready.
Yeah, keep us in prayer, please.
We will.
We solicit your prayers, and we appreciate you guys just taking the time to do this interview, and we're excited. So we'll keep you all posted for sure.
Good. I can't wait. And the website is Ayiesha Woods, And they can also follow you on Instagram, Ayiesha Woods. And we've got your name up on the screen. And anybody listening on the podcast, it's Ayiesha Woods, Ayiesha, Ayiesha Woods. And man, I'm really excited. Thank you so much, and God bless you. God bless Joseph and Joseph Jr., Benjamin, Asher, and Gade. We'll be praying for you. And
Thank you.
Yes, Ayiesha. So thank you so much.
All righty. God bless you guys.
All right, really appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll be thinking about you Monday. I'll be watching that Instagram to see if anything happens before then too.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, God bless you. You are awesome.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Ayiesha.
Okay, bye-bye.
And bye. All right, that was Ayiesha Woods. Man, she's having Gade on Monday. And that's just pretty crazy unless God does something a little sooner, which sometimes God does. But she is just talented and anointed, and I'm really excited about this new EP, Full Circle. So I want to just remind our listeners and our podcast listeners and our Facebook viewers that this is all about right now about being very bold. Like God has something for you to do. He wants you to do it, and that just takes a boldness. But it's not just a boldness of stepping out on water just 'cause. It's of understanding this hope that God gives us, this very real hope in a world that desperately needs that light and needs that hope and needs that joy. You and I, by focusing and fixing our eyes and thoughts on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, as you and I do that, then we bring that light forth. So I want to encourage you today. Your boldness doesn't come from nothing. Your boldness comes from Jesus and recognizing this real hope that we have. I want to ask you to send me an email, steve@verybold.com, steve@verybold.com. I'm honored to pray for you, just as I'm honored to pray for our guest. And if you've got something going on or anything, just send me an email. I will be honored to pray for you. Now, I want to remind you where Very Bold comes from. It comes from 2 Corinthians 3:12 when the Apostle Paul wrote this. Therefore, since we have such a hope, we are very bold.